Okay, that should be better. Now that we got the seat concept seat on and the Delkevic slip-on, you may have seen I wiped down the exhaust with 99% alcohol because I didn't want it. It hasn't been all heated up all the way, so I didn't want fingerprints on there and bring it up to temperature, and then you got permanent fingerprints. So I wiped her down really good. So yeah, some mods. Actually, let's just talk about all the mods because there's been quite a few changes since the last video I made on this bike. As mentioned earlier, I would like to get some better crash bars. I mean, these seem like they might work. I don't know. It would be nice to tie in a little better maybe, but oh well, maybe someone will make something better. So yeah, this is a 2022 Versys X 300, and changes that have been made since last time. Well, obviously the tires. We put some Shinko 804, 805s on it. I love these tires. I love them so much, I put them on my Beamer. So yeah, there's that. Suspension-wise, it's basically stock. The rear's lowered. The front is raised up a little bit. You see the forks there. My wife is 4'11", so we have no choice but to lower the bike, or she doesn't ride it. It's pretty simple. I mean, a lot of people I know, don't ever lower a bike. Well, you don't always have that option if you want to ride. We put the stock windshield back on. I have the bracket behind here that has a ram ball. It's a nice steel bracket. And then we just have a ram mount on there. Right now, I think that's for an inReach, but typically a GPS could go up here, or I'm going to get a quad lock for her to mount her phone up here. Let's see, these are either eBay or Amazon El Cheapo handguards. Made them work by just sourcing different bolts for the end. Put a handlebar brace across here so we could put a bag on there. I'm not a huge fan of tank bags, especially these new tanks. They come up so high already. If you add some height to that, you get this much in front of you. I don't know, feels weird. This bike has basically a complete LED light package. Let's do this. So yeah, those running lights there are LED. Headlights LED. Hazard lights, turn signals are LED. And the tail light / brake light is LED. It pulses 3 times, I believe, and it stays on. Probably the only bulb that's not LED is the license plate. Let's shut all that off. We have some short levers on here, adjustable. Again, small person, small hands. I need to be able to adjust this so that she can reach everything. Oxford heated grips. Controls are here. These are awesome. This is the switch that's connected to a relay that powers the aux driving lights for traffic avoidance. They are pretty bright. They definitely work. Off with the hazards. I might as well leave the key on so I can show you that's a USB charging port. One on top, one on bottom. Has a voltage readout. I believe there's a power switch there. You can actually turn it off. Did I turn it off? I did. Look at that. So anyway, and then a weatherproof cover. Let's see, coming down this side, of course, the Ricochet skid plate. Got a bracket here that ties into where the plastic covers used to go, with a rubber stopper down there. It's a pretty beefy bracket. These brackets here, they're not bad. They're pretty stout. A lot of people don't like this bracket because it ties into the motor. I don't think that's going to be an issue. In order to push that up hard enough to bend it to the point where something's going to happen to the motor, you're going to have to crush the exhaust. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. In the back here, it's tied into the frame. In the front, it goes way up top. It ties into the frame. And it seems pretty stout. So moving down here, we have the BBR shifter. I believe this is for, I'll put a link in the description, but I think it's for a Honda 250, XR 250 maybe? I'm not sure. I think this is a T-Rex Racing adjustable side stand. Short people need adjustable side stands. So, yep, there we go with that. These are GV or Givy, however you want to pronounce it. Racks for their monokey system. We have a couple of bags. Little clip on here, same up here, monokey plate mounted to the trunk or to the tail rack. What else we got going on here? I don't know. Let's move around to the other side. Of course, now we have the Delkevic slip-on exhaust. Save 2.5 pounds there. And of course, a lot of people have mentioned that I can make the plastics fit back on the side of the engine with these if I want, but I kind of like it without the plastics. I don't know. I always thought the plastics around the engine was weird, but maybe it's because I'm old. I like it like this. It's mechanical. It's more industrial. I probably should take this bracket off. It's really not needed. Well, actually, it is holding this sensor wire, so yeah, we'll leave it. Fuel filter, or fuel oil filter, is actually super simple to get access to now. I need to make a little plastic funnel that I've seen them made out of milk cartons or milk jugs, so that it directs the oil when you take this off right down through the hole. And let's see, what else? What else? Oh, accessory lead for charging the bike and or powering something. There's a ram ball mount here that I used for a 360 cam. Not really a modification, but the way we lowered the rear was with those adjustable links. Those are kind of nice. Really like those. They seem stout. I think we had these on her Ninja 250 as well. And they held up well. Even with me and my son, who's my size, we rode it quite a bit too, back in the day. Yeah, I think that's about it. She's been a great bike. So much fun to ride. A little faster than that one over there. Definitely cruises down the freeway better. Much better wind protection. About the same fuel economy. You know, if you were debating between that and this, I don't know. It's just going to come down to what you want, right? This one has its pros. That one's better off-road. This one's not bad off-road. In fact, it's way better off-road than people give it credit for. Pretty amazing. That one, 70 miles an hour is pushing it pretty hard. This one will do 70 miles an hour all day with room left. They both get about 55, 60 miles per gallon. Similar size bikes overall. Of course, my Himalayan's a little bigger than normal because it's raised with a custom rear suspension, and then the forks are modified. Has more ground clearance, taller. Notice there's an adjustable side stand. Lots of racks removed from it too. My Himalayan's down to 400 pounds wet, so not bad. This guy, what is he, like 380? I'll look it up. I think it's 380, 370 to 380. So he's 20 to 30 pounds lighter than my Himalayan, which is, let's see, 25 to 30 pounds lighter than a stock Himalayan. So if that was a stock Himalayan, you're looking at 50 to 60 pound difference between the two. That's a lot of weight. The This company likes to use steel and everything. I think that's why the Harley guys like them. Those guys are steel heads. Anyway, yeah, I think that's about it for modifications on this bike. Oh yeah, we do have a center stand. That's right, they don't come with a center stand. I'm debating taking that center stand off for improved ground clearance when cornering on the street. I personally drug the center stand one time going around a corner and hit a bump when it's lowered. I don't know that my wife would have that problem. She's over 100 pounds lighter than me, so I don't think the suspension would compress enough for her to bottom out. But center stands dragging are bad, really bad, because they lever your tire up off the ground, which results in you falling down, going boom. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If it becomes an issue, it's definitely coming off. With these aftermarket center stands, a lot of people lose their springs. And I noticed that when I put this on, this spring, the bottom part of this spring, this section here was pointing like way out like this. So it was barely hanging on. I just grabbed vice grips and pinched it. Same with the top. And I haven't had an issue. It's been there since day one. It hasn't come off or fallen off. Some people think they break. It's not that they're breaking. This is just slipping off of here and they're falling off and you're leaving it on the road somewhere. That's probably about all there is to talk about on this guy. And that's all I got to say about that. Anyway, hey, you guys ride safe, and I'll see you out there.